Good morning, good morning. Thank you, good Lord, for a new day to trade, not financial advice, educational purposes only. Shorting small caps is very high risk. I haven't taken any trades today and haven't really looked at the market too much, so fresh start today. Looks like my mic's working good. Okay. QNCX. This one hurts a little bit though, because I was watching it a little yesterday, and it's hit the 99 cents twice, and I bet you that's all she wrote on this one today. But who knows? Maybe it keeps pushing. But BNRG is coming back to VWAP, but 19 seconds till we get 7 o'clock PRs. That's mostly what I'm focused on. Wonder if we get some money rotation away from this play though. It's already failed VWAP once. Probably gonna fail again. I think I'll hold it because I don't know much about this company. Oh, Israeli and 700K float. Yeah, I'll probably wait on this one. Man, that was the play. It's flushing off of it. It's already dropped 40, 50 cents. Nasty flush. Good morning, good morning. Man, what a flush. DTIL had a little pop here, but I'm a little too slow. RENX. Not over 50 cents. Man, look at BNRG. I talked myself out of getting in it too. But it was nano float, so probably was a smart thing to avoid it, but beautiful VWAP flush. No new PRs that are popping that look interesting to me right now, so hanging out. We can only pray that it's more eventful than the last live stream. Anybody catch BNRG? Make me feel better about missing it. Nice. You got it. I meant the short, but regardless, I'm glad you called a move. QNCX has failed at 87. Look, 1, 2, 3. I might try QNCX because I think this thing might crack at some point today. This might just be. I'm not ready for it right now, but I wouldn't be surprised if I get a position at some point and try to catch a decent fade on this one all day, because I have a hard time believing this one's going to turn into multi-day. It could, but hard time believing it. Would like to get it closer to 1, but I don't know if there's going to be another chance for that. But maybe it's a good opportunity to practice patience. Only play it if it gets back up there to 99. But this one came all the way from like 13 cents or something. Called ELAB. Was that one earlier? Oh, nice. All right, don't see anything, so hanging out. We'll see something in a little bit. But the main plays that are moving, none of them look interesting to me right now, so. Precision Biosciences. Which one is that? What's that ticker? Oh, DTIL. 22 million float. There could be another grinder like PHIO yesterday. It's funny because I traded, oh yes, pushing back up. I want to see it push a little bit more and then I'll look at some levels. Well, let me do it now before I go talking about PHIO. Is this a bigger market cap too? Or is it just the float? DTIO. 100 million, that looks about right by just the chart. Since it has the FDA clearance news, I'll probably leave it alone and it's not up too much. CCHH pumping back up. I might look at this one right now. See what the low case look like, because this move is just excessive. It should come back to reality. But it is CCHH and it made it even more irrational move yesterday, but I took a little stab. I'm in it. And we'll take a bigger stab at 195 if it gets there. But dropping a little bit here. I'm seeing some pretty good size on the ask. So see if it drives the price down. It is a little bit. Let's see if it keeps going or if it tries to push. think the price is going to keep getting pushed down. Now that we're in the 150s, I'll start looking to trim here a little along the way of the drop. Nice. Still dropping in the 150s. I think it keeps getting pushed down under VWAP. Let's see. All right, I went ahead and closed it. So little play, little scalp. I want to see if it pushes up again. Could it keep falling back? Yeah, absolutely. But, and here it goes. I'm probably gonna miss a little bit of a move, but caught a little scalp on it. Let's see what I did. So I got in 1,500 shares. I know it's random, but 1,500 was my first stab at 167. Then I scaled out 159, 157, and then 156, 157 must have been partial because it's in between numbers, but didn't make that much on it, but got a little scalp on it. I thought it might bounce. Well, now that I'm looking up back at it now, yeah, it is trying to bounce a little bit. So if it gets back to 175, I'll probably play it again, but if it wants to retest those 190, so I like 195. Look, it's popped to it twice and failed. So one at the early session of after hours, and then right there at the end. But it looks like it's going to give it back a little bit more. Anyways, little easy base hit. Didn't make that much on it, but easy play. And this one I didn't want to hold too long just because it's already proved to itself. This one can hold gains too. So CCHH I'm talking about. This is like a multi-day at this point. I mean, multiple days it's been pushing. So I don't love multi-days as the ones to hold because they've already proved that they can maintain gains. SHPU. A little pricey for me, but let's pull it up. Let's see, see what this one's about. AskEdgar can't find it, so that's probably outside of my market cap. Well, this is a ETF, definitely outside of my market cap. Yeah, I don't short ETFs. Because shop is moving, it looks like. It's a 2x leverage ETF for shop. 280 for 1,000. Jeez. So I'm getting me a trade the pool account. I'm excited about that. And maybe I'll talk more about it later in the live stream when I wake up. But starting next week, I'm gonna get a little trade the pool prop firm account for plays like that, because you don't have to get locates. It might do me a little account challenge with trade the pool, because it's a good way for people that don't have much capital to have a bigger account prop firm. And again, I'm not advocating for them yet. I haven't used them, but a lot of people in the group have used them and gotten payouts from them. But I plan on posting a little video about it later. So. There's no volume today. Nope. Nope. But even though pre-market's been slow, still been finding some plays during regular session. So are there any commission and fees or shares for trades using TTP, or is that covered in your interest? There's small fees. I don't know exactly what it is, $2, $3, $4 or something, an entry and exit. And then I think you get 70% of the payout. But you can get like a 100K account for like $300-400. You get a 25K account for, well, I don't want to tell you wrong. Let me see. And I'll post a link when I finally do it. Like I said, I want to do a little bit more research, but I've been talking to the group with people that's doing it, and it's a cool option if you, like I said, don't have a lot of capital, and if you don't have to worry about locate fees. That's the thing I like. So a 50K account for beginner is $285, advanced $230. 25K account is $120 for beginner and $97 for advanced. And beginner gives you a little bit more looser rules. That's what I'm gonna be using. So I'm gonna get the beginner one, because I don't want more rules than I need. And it's not that much more. So I'm gonna try that. I'll let y'all know how it goes, and I'll post a link with details about it too. And they charge 0.05 per share, yeah. And the reason very few actually allow you to short sell. Most of them are, and I could be wrong. I'm not very familiar with prop firms, but it seems like most of them are catered towards futures traders. Anyways. Vanquish Trader. Okay, I'll look at that one too. I haven't heard of that one. You only pay once for the eval. That's it. No fan of prop firms. Yeah, I read your whole comment. A lot of people aren't fans of prop firms, and rightfully so. But we have a few people that's gotten a few payouts on them. Net positive in investments, but I hear you. They say in business, by people losing though. But we're not losers over here. We're winners. But now, success logic, you're right though. A lot of people lose money on them, but we've had some success in the group. And again, I think it's best to have like a, you know, a funded account with your money, no doubt, but it's hard for some people to be at that spot. So we got a few people building their accounts and capital to get a TradeZero account with the prop firm. So I'm not going to advocate for them yet. I got to try them, but gotten quite a few payouts in the group from them. NAMM. So I'm going to try it. I'm probably going to embarrass myself and not be able to get a payout. NAMM moving again. I mean, it is a decent move right now, but for some reason I'm a little hesitant. Let's see. What's the daily look like? ELAB's bouncing back. This one looks a little more interesting to me. Let me see what the locates look like on this one. I got me a little stab here. Got a pretty good entry on it. The locates are kind of high. I'm playing it small though, at this 250 level. And then if it breaks, if it wants to test 270, I'll slam it with 2x, 3x size that I just entered here. So it's falling now, but again, let's see what happens. I'm gonna try to hold this one a little bit. Let me do a little due diligence on me. I'm very familiar with this ticker, but again, with reverse splits and all that, you never know okay, yeah, so it's a million float. Biotech, so very small float. I've shorted this ticker many, many times over the years. SUPX. ELAB. So let's see if we push to 270. I had a feeling we might, so I only entered 500 shares. If we get up there, I'm gonna add at least another 1,000, if not 2,000. Locate's a little pricey, but that's all right. It's not like outrageous pricey, but a little pricey. But yeah, only in 500 now, just a little stab, because I had a feeling it might keep pushing. And if we get up to, I'll do my first order at 268 and then 269. I'll throw a couple thousand shares there. Only secured another 1,000 since they're pricey, so I don't want to get a bunch and not get to use them. So but again, these are low to medium conviction plays right now. Nothing I love. TTP is for sure shady though. They tried to block a short I made where it had profit 1K. That's why I'm gonna try them, because I've heard the exact opposite, but I trust you, burrito. That's weird. Oh, block a cover, got it. It's a good way to put it, PR. The stats show that 95, 99, 98, depending on what you look at, percent of people lose money. So I'm not surprised trading. So I'm not surprised they continue to do so on a prop firm too. DTIL, massive flush. I was wondering what that was going to do at VWAP. Did it end up flushing? Jeez, that's a hard flush for a larger float. They usually don't flush like that. That looks like a low float flush. A low liquidity, low float flush. That's what typically, well, lower liquidity type of flush. So again, I'm just hanging out on this ELAB position, still in it very small because I'm really not that confident in this 250 level. But if it pushes to 270, I got some more shares waiting for it, double the size, potentially 3x the size, but I'll wait and let price action decide when it gets up there. Is 270 significant? Let's see. No, not really. 3 would be interesting, but I really don't want it to get there since I'm already in it. So let's see what happens. JZXN is moving. Yeah, I don't think I'm interested in this one, guys. It's Chinese and it's been holding gains. Like I like the Chinese tickers that don't hold gains. Because again, I'm weird about multi-day runners because they've already proved that they can hold gains. I'll play them, but they're not my favorite. I did catch it after hours yesterday. Did catch a nasty flush on DXF. Finally convinced myself to hold the backside Chinese on this one. And man, I caught a nasty flush from like 155-ish to got out in the 1-teens. So those are the Chinese I like. This one kind of makes me a little nervous, so I'm probably gonna leave it alone. Never had issues with them other than their BS volume rule. Also, during an eval, the platform didn't allow me to add cover on an open position. Yeah, that's why I'm gonna try it, because see how I like it. So let's see what ELAB does here. See if we get a little flush on it. I'm not gonna make that much on it if it does. Definitely on the lower side of my sizing. But 7:30 is 2 minutes away. Maybe we'll get some new PRs. That'll move some tickers. Not even logged into my news. Here we go. Now I am. But yeah, that was a crazy flush on DTIL. It was nasty. So it's just low confidence. Like I wouldn't be in it if I didn't think there's a play. But so sometimes, you know, like for example, if we have a strong push towards a 200 daily level, So y'all know, like, I don't really like 10% pops to the daily. I don't like 20% pops to the daily. I like 50, 100% pops to the daily. Then when they hesitate there, that's a high conviction. Gap fills, high conviction. High of day retest, you know, medium to high conviction because I know where to get out if I'm wrong. This one right here, medium to low, just meaning that it's already broken this 250 level. It can't close above it. So what I guess what I'm trying to say is, I think there could be a play here, but I'm not willing to trade more than 500 shares on it right now because I trade my confidence with my sizing. So if I'm high confident, I'd go heavier. If I'm low confidence, I scale in smaller. So that's kind of what I mean by it. I kind of treat every play different. For the most part, I'm usually getting in 1,000, 2,000 shares at a time, but depending on conviction, I'm not like that I'm not that, I think it's a play, but I'm not completely convinced that it's going to fail right here. It might push to 270, so here it is. So see if I get that fill. Now my low conviction went up to like maybe medium for this one, so thank goodness I got the fill. So I got 1,000 shares at 268. So this is a little bit more of a higher conviction retest play. So my sizing was a little bit bigger up there. So I'm in the money now, but I'm still going to wait and see if it drops a little bit more. Did they just have some more news? Anything else? BRTX. Well, it's flushing, so I'm about to cover some of it. We're back in the 240s. So I got up to 1,500 shares. I'm down to only 500 again. So that got my average up nicely. I'm glad I got that 268 fill because that's where it stopped. But I didn't get, well, I only had that. Yeah, I only had that fill. So the other fill, I wanted to add more, but I didn't want to pay the locates in advance. So covered some here at 249 just a second ago. 1,000. So now I'm just holding on to these 500 again, just if they want to crack. AEHR. Ooh, nice little pop on it, but it's a little pricey. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with this one. GLDD. Great Lakes. It's kind of pricey too. Okay, well, I'm just gonna watch ELAB then. ELAB. I'm glad this thing didn't rip when I was in it since it had breaking news. And 1 million float. BRTX had a little pop, but it was quick. Appreciate you sharing the news in the chat. No fill at 268 with TTP. Dang, I'm actually surprised I got a fill, or surprised it wasn't a partial fill. That's interesting though, because TTP, well, RVSN. Oh, it's already fell back down. BURU just had some news, but it's not moving. RVSN. Bet this one has a small float. 1.97. We push to the 200s, I'm interested, but probably won't play it before then. $10 level might hold up on it. Let's see, what's the float? So it's up 36. That's not bad actually. If we get closer to 10 again, I might try it. But it does have a small float. Trying it. I think I missed it. I was almost about to chase it. It looked like it was about to fall, and it is falling. Oh, it didn't even give me my locates. I don't know what that was about. Oh, shares no longer available. I was trying to get an entry, and I didn't even have shares, so never mind. But that was a nice little flush on it. Yeah, mine said $4 for 1,000 shares, and then when they never gave them to me, so must have realized they sold them too cheap to me, and they pulled it back. So let's see if ELAB, if we get a little bit of a bigger move here, or if it keeps trying to bounce off VWAP. I'm only holding 500 at this point, though. But I would like to catch a bigger move. I've been just getting these little scalps. I'd like to catch a pump. But lately you gotta be quick with the ones that are flushing. They're just not hanging out very long. But anyways, PHIO yesterday, this one actually ended up being my best play, even though I played it all live stream, and then when market opened, did the same thing. It had such nice range. So every time it was pushed into like the 140-ish, 145 level, I was scalping in, getting out on the flush, scalping, getting out on the flush. Every time it would kind of like pop up. And then I did end up catching this little move down. I didn't get the best exit though, because I wasn't paying attention. But ended up doing well on it. ELAB's flushing, looks like it might break. Here we go. So I'll be looking to cover here soon. RVSN, is it pushing back up? It is. Let me see. Let me see what the locates look like again. If they're gonna fake me out or if they'll give me some locates. Oh no, they're way too pricey now. Never, I'm not playing this one. 90 bucks for 500 shares. I might regret this, but I'm gonna hold these ELAB shares just to see if it keeps fading. So we got the retest of 4 a.m. It couldn't push. already had a new PR, couldn't push. So there's a lot of signs that tell me that this one is probably just going to keep fading because it couldn't break on the PR release. So I'm going to just hold these. Might be the wrong move, but if a new PR couldn't get it to break new highs and keep running, I'm not confident. So this might be a slow one, but I'm just gonna hold on to these, see if it keeps fading. Dang, we're already in the 230s though. 231. It's tempted to cover here. I might actually. Wish I had more than 500 shares. I wish I could cover 500 here. It did hold 500, but I really do think this one's going to keep fading though. Oh, we're at the 200s right here. They like to pop around this area, but it looks like we're closing under it. RVSN still fighting. I'm gonna close ELAB. I'm content with this move, just in case it tries to pop back up. But wouldn't be surprised if this one keeps fading. But notice how every time it gets to the 1 minute, it likes to bounce the 200. So it bounced here. For the most part, hung out around it, bounced. So I'm just going to take profit. It's still a pretty solid move, 250 to 230, and then I got for the 1,000 shares 268 to 248. So played it pretty well, but yeah, I'm out of it now. But I do think it could keep fading. And going back to my confidence, it played out like perfectly the way I was explaining it. So I entered small here thinking it could break down here, but wasn't super convinced. Then had a little bit more sizing when it pushed to do the retest. Got filled. Then when it came back down, covered in that area because it was a decent profit on 1,000 shares, about almost 200 bucks, or it was 268 to 248. And then waited with the runners for the flush. So pretty good little play. This will be a cool little one to look at entries and exits, but see if we got any new plays coming up. NG Eternal, I see you said you were holding too. You're probably gonna be the smart one to keep holding, but since it keeps bouncing on these 200s, I went ahead and took profit, but wouldn't be. I have a good. Sorry, I hear the scanner in the background, and it kind of hard for me to talk sometimes when it's going off. But I wouldn't be surprised if by end of day we're in the $1 range for sure, or less than $2. I'd be very surprised if it holds, but let's see. And again, guys, as usual, if you're getting anything out of these videos, appreciate the likes, the subscription, the subs, subscription. Why does that sound weird? I think it's subscriptions, right? Yeah. Like and subs, I'll just say that. And also, I have the Discord link we pinned in the comment. I'm doing a trial, 7-day trial. I'm gonna be doing it till tomorrow, so we added a dilution bot in there so you can look up tickers, the dilution on tickers, just by going to one of the channels. We got 2 other traders in there now, Filthy and T-Bone. Cool little community. But yeah, we've been making most of our money during regular session. Pre-market's been rough. I'm gonna keep doing these live streams just because that's what I do. But most of the money, honestly, since December, most of the money's been coming from regular session. Pre-market's just been so slow. ASPP's pumping. I'm gonna try to get locates for this one ASAP. Taking a stab, quick stab, then I'm gonna do some more due diligence on it. $4.4 million float, 6 million market cap. Announces 21 million private placement. So this one, depending on the terms, it can flush or it can pump. So let's see what it does here. So pushing up a little bit now. I'm gonna scale into it though. Since there we go. Since I already got a position though, my next entries aren't going to be till 175, 179, just to make sure my average is not too low if it wants to do something aggressive. Security purchase agreement to sell up to 26,000 shares at 800 per share. Wait, something's weird about that. 26,000 shares at $800 per share. I got those feels, but I might trim out if we start pushing, because what is that about? That's aggressive. So I'm gonna keep an eye on it. Didn't break a new high, but I'm already back in profit now, so I'm just getting my size back down. I got to 2,000 shares, but let me do some more due diligence on this. Anyways, I'm still in it. I got both my fills though, my 175 and 179. So trim back down though, because that's weird to me. Maybe I'm missing something, but that seems rather high. I know it's preferred shares, but I'm not smart enough to know why it would be $800 though. Anyways, let's see if we get a little flush here. There we go. Now that we're in the 150s, gonna cover a little. Let's go. Oh, I'm probably gonna close it all up here. Yeah, I'm out. It might round trip, but that was a good enough move for me. Out in the 156 and 155. I got out 2 entries. Wish I wouldn't have got a little spooked and kept those other 1,000 I was in, because that would have been actually a pretty decent play. But still did decent on it, but it was only on 1,000 shares. My average was 173. Got out 150. Said 155, 156. It was 150. Well, 155.9. So, and 156. So basically 156 on both of them. But I ate a little bit on it, so I'll take it. But yeah, I don't know what that $800 per share. That was weird to me. It almost made me nervous for a second. I just don't know enough about it to know why it would have been 800. But maybe somebody smarter than me knows. With decent morning so far. Sitting now a little over 650. Again, I trade smaller in pre-market, so I'm pretty content with this because I haven't had any like home run hits today, so pretty content with that. But I do wish I would have held those 2,000 shares and didn't get spooked out. But again, guys, that's me going back to being a defensive trader. So I like making money, but I dislike losing money more. So I might would play this again, but I want to see it pushed at least 175. Could fail VWAP here, but I want to see a little bit higher push. And could I miss a VWAP fail here? Yep. That's probably what's going to happen, but I just don't want to get in too early. PHIO is pushing again. It is. I'm kind of tired of this play though, if I'm being honest. Played it all pre-market and then all market open yesterday. And it just doesn't make really big moves. So yeah, I'm probably gonna sit this one out. But it is a nice little move on it though. If it pushes a little higher, maybe 135, I might get interested. But it could retrace here. I would just have to add a decent amount of shares. I don't really feel like doing that with this one. To maybe catch like a 9-10 cent move on it. Oh, ASBP. Did I have an order waiting on one? No, I didn't. But I might try to, now that we're at 170, I'm gonna get back in it real quick. So I'm back in it. Just kind of slapped the bid at 174, so I'm in it again. See if we break down. And it looks like we are. Let's see what it does. Covered a little at 161 or at half, and then we'll get out of the rest in the 150s. So 174 to 161 and holding some runners if we crack a little bit more. And you know what? I'm actually gonna get out here. So low 160, so 174 to 161 and 162. So it's good enough for now. Again, just little base hits. They add up though. I like when I can use the same locates over. Bear of Wall Street, this is in the Discord. How do you enter so quickly into a trade? Is it limit order or is it waiting to fill? So I do both, but I try to explain how I do it. So like earlier I mentioned, what was it? I'll have some orders sitting, which is risky in pre-market. Just, you know, if something pushes, I have sitting orders. But yeah, a lot of times if it's a level that I know I want to entry at, like 175, I'll leave an order. But this time I didn't. I'm too busy talking. So then whenever I pulled it up and it was bouncing between 176, 174, I just slapped the bid just because I wanted to get in there. So it really depends on, you know, what's happening at the time. But the earlier fills at 175 and 179 prior to this last entry, yeah, they were just sitting there. And I like those because a lot of times with these tickers, you'll just see it like this. It'll just wick up and come back down. That's why I do it, just to make sure I get a feel. Because I am a mobile trader, so I'm slow. I lag. It's not really designed for trading. So I'll leave orders. But I'll also slap the bid. That's what I did on this one this last time. There you go. There's that flush I wasn't patient for. Now we're in the low 150s. So Spider, if you're on, hopefully that helped. Because I don't feel like typing it. While I'm live streaming. Yeah, it's so funny when y'all say I enter quickly. I feel like I'm so slow. Like I'm always delayed on mobile, but I guess not. But I've been trading mobile short selling for 3-4 years now. So I'm probably gotten quick at it. But it goes back to, and I think it's less about being quick, but I know where I want to enter. So that's probably why it doesn't feel quick to me, because it feels like I'm slow personally, but I know where I want to get out. I know where I'm going to cut. I know where I want to add, you know, so as soon as I see a ticker, like I've already, you know, those are the thoughts I'm thinking about. So there's not any like, do I get in here? Do I not? You know what I mean? Sometimes it is, but the ones that y'all think I'm quick, it's because I know I want to be in right then. Because I said that 175 level before I even got in it. That's what I was looking at. The main thing was, because this is what the typical price action you'll see, pre-market, strong push, then it'll try to break VWAP. It doesn't fail right at VWAP. It'll push above VWAP, but not make it all the way to high of days, and then it'll crack. And I was thinking it would be about 175. It ended up pushing all the way up to 179 and then it cracked. So pretty common price action, and then it just fades. You're pretty quick at catching the tops of the tops. Yeah, not today, because I got in early on this one. I got 169, then I added at 175 and 179. And then just then I got in at 175 instead of, look at it, we're in the 140s now. What is that one that I decided not to hold? Did it end up fading? ELAB, where I said? So yeah, it did end up dropping lower. So yeah, if you're still holding that NGE Eternal, I think
PNRG.
Good job. It's lower than when I got out. Y'all like telling me these big old tickers. NG's almost 5 billion market cap.
DTIL.
I don't like these.
ELAB.
Is it 8 o'clock? Oh, it's 8 o'clock. So we're getting new PR. So we probably will get some movement here. No, I don't like. It's funny that y'all say that because, again, I hate that sometimes, I mean, I like that I trade. Wait, what is MNTN doing? Oh no, I hate how TradeZero make it look like it's a different price than it. Well, it's not TradeZero. It's just the 8 o'clock orders coming in makes it sketchy. But sometimes it'll look like something's up way more than it is. Oh, RKT's getting a little bit of a pop. It's already flushing though, so quick. I don't have it pulled up yet because I don't even know if I'm going to because it's already flushed. But yeah, I'm probably not going to mess with NG just because EDBL just had some breaking news. GLP-1. I don't know if that's still hot, but anyways, I'm not looking at NG because they usually grind up at this price. I think EDBL could push though, so let's see what it does. ASBP trying for 0. Is it going negative? Oh my gosh. These hurt, man. I just got to start leaving these things. Like, I know I would make more money if I just enter them and then just don't close them until end of session. Like, look at this. I would have 3x, 4x, 5x probably what I made if I would have held. Look at this. Gosh, these things flush so hard. It's 30 cents under what it was trading at. FOMO hurts harder than red. I know. You're right. Oh, I'll try not to read, again, because I'm kind of torn and I probably need to figure out what kind of trader I am because I sometimes I want to scalp, sometimes I want to hold. I kind of let everything about me is discretionary though, like every play. And I probably need to come up with a little more like systematic things when it comes to holding and scalping, but I just let the chart kind of tell me what I'm going to do. But man, long story short though, I do want to get to a point where I'm holding a few of these runners a little bit more. Because like, look at this move. I mean, that's just 1,000 shares get in at 175 when I got in. It got down to the 1 teens. That's $600 right there. One little move like that, and that's only 1,000 shares. Only a $1,700 position. It's a good return. But again, hindsight's 2020. But a lot of these plays have been. And speaking of it, like yesterday in after hours session, I called DXF. It didn't go like that, but trying to hold some of them more. But I also like quick scalps.
BNRG.
BNRG, is it pushing in? No. Thanks for the explanation. Yeah, no problem, Spider. I wish I could explain it better. And again, if I ever transition to desktop, I'll make it where you can see what I'm doing a little better. It's kind of hard with mobile, but VIVS, news. Doesn't look like it's going to move much. Oh, you got a chart for me? Let's see. Bro, where'd you get out at? You got out at like 111, 112? My man. How'd you know to hold it that long? Fino? What a play, bro. You about bottom ticked it.
BNRG.
But only a third size. Hey, that's still solid. It'd be weird for you still to be full size. Because most of them, once they get back to where they started, they, consolidate or potentially bounce. But to hold even through that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. But yeah, Fino shared a chart in Discord. You killed it, my friend. KIDZ, I think it's pumping. Oh yeah. Oh, it's under 50 cents. Dang, never mind. I'm hearing this little free YouTube scanner just go ham, but it's under 50 cents. ULCC's moving. It is. Big boy, 1.3 billion. I don't mess with these. It's funny because y'all know I shouldn't say loose, but I kind of do. I kind of have loose, like, I don't have very many just like hard set rules, but when it comes to market cap, I really do not like the bigger market caps though. That's one of my like strictest rules. I'm just not good at them. They just grind on me. You have success logic. I know we've talked before in the chat and stuff. I know you have some good days. Do you, like, what's the secret with these bigger market cap ones? Because I don't play these as well. They just don't ever flush on me. They grind against me. There's like a really strong technical level, I might like a gap fill or something like that, but if there's nothing like that, I usually ignore these. QNCX, oh, I would love to get an entry on this one. Is it pushing back up? Oh no, it's dropping. So I'm saying I'm not surprised at some point today. I think this one's going to crack, and it's got a long ways to crack too. It started at 13 cents. Man, we were talking about at the beginning of the stream, I should get an entry at 85, but I wanted to see if it pushed to 99 cents one more time, but I hope some of y'all are in it because it's finally cracking. Hope just seen it a few trades last few weeks, flushing past lows, so you just left a third of the size to see, and it worked nice. I mean, that's how you do it, bro. You see in the trend. KIDZ pumping, but it's under 50 cents. I can't play these until it gets to 50 cents. But it's really strong pump. It should start, here we go, we're seeing a little red. It should start giving back a little soon, but again, it's under 50 cents, so I can't play it. KIDZ. 16 million float. But yeah, I gotta get it. It's so funny because I see like a lot of y'all share y'all setup and y'all looking at like 20 charts at a time. Y'all see what I'm seeing. I'm literally looking at what I'm live streaming. So we had some few people that were showing off their monitor setup in the Discord yesterday, and I need to upgrade mine. I trade like a caveman. Just got one screen, one laptop, and my cellular device, my iPhone. There's no charts in TZ app. So it's hard to explain if you've never looked at the TradeZero app. So mobile, you see a chart, but when you go to put in an order, the chart goes away. So I'm 9 out of 10 times I'm not looking at the chart. I'm looking at the numbers. So because if you go to buy, sell, or locate, it pulls the chart off the screen. So when you're placing your order, you just don't see, you got to look up at the bid and ask to kind of know where it's at. But yeah, it's not terrible, but it's just not ideally designed. But you can only put so much on a mobile screen. All right, another kind of slow morning, but caught a few plays. But I'm gonna hang out. Let me know if y'all see anything. We might get KIDZ at 50 cents before long. This thing is pushing. Is this the next 13-cent play that pumps? KIDZ is pumping. Man. What's the news on it? Why is it pumping so hard? Got it. Okay, that makes sense. Success logic. Yeah, I just haven't had a ton of success with the bigger one. So class over announces 2 million share repurchase program. No wonder is it ticker's trading for 10 cents, 13 cents. But that is a pretty decent, I guess, size buyback for a small company, I guess. I love that the program is discretionary and does not obligate the company to repurchase any specific number of shares. But they authorize up to 2 million. CCH still dropping. Whew, it did. Yeah, another slow one, Alexandru. Caught a few plays earlier though, but nothing to write home about. Nothing too exciting. But this is how the market's been for a little bit. I want it to heat up a little, but I don't want to get too hot. Because when it's hot, where everything's like recovering, I don't like those kind of markets. But it's been so. The whole money rotation theory works best though whenever it's at least a medium market, because you got to have plays to bounce from, and if there's only like one thing moving, it's kind of a little bit more difficult. But we caught some plays early. Better than yesterday. What's a fast pre-market? Yeah, so a fast pre-market is when 8 o'clock news comes out and there's 4 things pumping. Or 7 o'clock news comes out and you got to decide which 3 to short. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Spring and summer, we saw a lot of that. And in 2024, around summer, it was like that too. So that's like super hot, where it's just like, okay, you can count on 8 o'clock, 8:30, 7:30, 7 o'clock, there's going to be some pumps. Now it's just like you never know. And it's a fun market because you get to decide, like, when 3 or 4 things are pumping at once, like what news is the weakest, what ticker has the greatest likelihood of cracking. And a lot of times 2 out of 4 of them will, 3 out of 4 of them will. So you just got to make sure you're not in the one, because it could rip your face off. So that's kind of how the dynamic changes a little bit. Now it's just like, if one thing pumps, I'm probably gonna trade it unless it's just hella red flags on it, you know. You need the medium rare market, your lady. You preach it. Yeah, medium rare. That's what I like. But yeah, for newbies, so this is good market conditions though for to get kind of the feel of things. Yeah, you're right. Today hasn't been as bad. We've all. It sounds like you got 3 plays. I probably had 2 or 3 plays as well. Can you remember now? Because mobile does show what plays I entered. But um, yeah, I think it was about 3. So yeah, today wasn't too bad. But I just didn't catch any like really big moves because when it gets hot, you'll see that I'll increase my entry criteria. I won't get in like 20% pops. I'll usually bump it up to about 50% pops. So I just don't get in too early. And the beautiful thing about 50, 70, 100% pops is they have much longer distance to fall. And sometimes it's in a 5-minute candle, it'll give back 20, 30, 40% moves. So just haven't had those type of market conditions. And we still get those flushes, but the problem is they're pumping so fast and dying now that it's hard to even get an entry. So, but yeah, today hasn't been too bad. Not great, but not too exciting. But I know I have some OGs on here that remember the spring and summer. I don't know if CJ's on or Colin. I know Colin. We talk about it all the time. So y'all know I'm not just like BSing. It does get hot, and when it gets hot, I'll look to try to take more longs. That's why I don't even hardly talk about longs anymore now because the market conditions aren't right. I'm not good at it, so I need to make sure the market conditions are A+ for longs because I can't force a long or I'll lose. All right, 8 minutes till 8:30. I'll wait to see if there's any PRs. But again, similar to yesterday, if there's not much action after 8:30, I'm probably going to wrap it up, and then I'll come back shortly after market opens in the Discord. Yeah, Colin. Yeah, it was most of those crypto plays. They kind of heated up the whole market. Even the moves outside of crypto news were kind of hot, but they were fading a little better than the crypto news. But yeah, that's what we're missing. We don't have like a solid theme to heat up the market right now. Like we have these like, I don't know, like themes for a couple days and then it just dies back off. Haven't had anything to like really heat up the small caps for a while. Like we'll see AI for a little bit, or we'll have that prediction market play, or we'll have biotechs hot for a little bit, but just nothing that's just been like super blatantly obvious. Reverse splits were a little bit, but again, just nothing has really been sustaining. But yeah, the market conditions right now, so based on the AI analysis that I post in the Discord daily, and I got to post one today. That's what I'm working on now. But the percentage of tickers that made new highs after 11 a.m. is only 16% right now. So the market conditions are great for us. So can't complain too much. Yeah, September we did have a little bit of a hot streak, T Mac. You're right. Yeah, we've had these little random ones. The hardest for me was I just didn't adjust as quick as I should have for spring and summer because y'all know I like to take the stabs then do research. You can't do that when it's hot. You got to do your research then take the stabs. Because I would get into like crypto plays that were like 1 million float. By the time I checked on it, it was already up on another 100%. I'm just like, oh, not good. Yeah, no, the reverse split error is I agree, Denny, because those low floats are rough. I was way before T Mac. I was in 2024, October 2024. My wife's birthday was that weekend, so I decided to lose 75K, 76K on Wednesday, and 25K on Friday. So I lost 100K that week. But again, I used to trade a lot bigger than I trade now, but not that big. But I was hard headed. And again, that's when I was learning. You know, it's 2026 now. I was successful, but I needed to be taught a few more lessons. And DRUG did that for me. But yeah, I know y'all heard me tell this story, but went into the weekend thinking we were going to ball out in Vegas and feeling like I was broke. Because I've made a decent amount of money by that point, but still losing a trading, but losing 100K was not fun. Not fun. Stupid question about how hard was that time period mentally. You know, it was tough. It was very tough. Yeah, but I keep things. Again, y'all know, most y'all know about the brain injury and stuff, so nothing compares to that. What I had to recover after I had the accident. So I think that taught me to have some tough skin. But no, I wasn't in a good headspace. That's for sure. You just never know if you can get it back. Ended up getting it back in less than 3 months, like 2.5 months, all 100K back. Because again, I used to trade a little bigger, a little more aggressive, but it was tough. Yeah, very tough. And I didn't tell anybody. I kept it to myself. I didn't have, a Discord. I didn't have trader friends. I didn't want to tell my wife, hey, I just lost 100K. So that probably wasn't healthy. You lost ICGL after, yeah, Denny, you played decent sized money too. It was halted and it never opened back up. Wow, that's crazy. 8:30 is 1 minute away. Read a couple more comments. Remind me, why do you trade mobile? Have you found you miss many trades? I miss trades all the time. Yeah, I miss trades a lot. I trade mobiles because that's just how I learn. I used to travel a lot. I like the freedom. Like yesterday, I was charging my car. I was talking about it in the Discord, and I took CCTG trade, made a couple $100 on it while my car was charging at the charging station. So I love the freedom of mobile trading, but it's a double-edged sword because it's like, all right, make sure it doesn't turn into addiction now, because now whenever I have an extra 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, guess what your boy is doing? He's pulling up trades. So it's just like balancing that out, designating times to trade and things like that. But yeah, no advantage trading mobile, just outside of the freedom. I don't think, that's why I don't try to convince y'all to trade mobile. I think you can get away with it. I've proved that, but I don't think you have an advantage. But anyways, 8:30 news is coming out. Let's see if we get anything interesting. Gets an EP just to have a reason to trade more.
PRFX.
Oh, jeez. Oh, I'm PRFX. I'm interested. It's pumping. Oh, nano float though. So if I do play it, it's gonna be small guys, nano under 1 million. But I'm pulling it up now. Haven't decided if I'm gonna take a trade yet. I'm gonna let it keep pushing. Oh my gosh. Oh, we're headed to the 200. If we get around the 200, I'm gonna it's not giving me my locates. Come on, give me my locates,
PRFX.
Oh my gosh, it's not giving me locates. Probably a good thing, but I would have slammed it at that 200. No shares available. That was the play I was looking for. The big push.
PRFX.
Oh my gosh, I can't even look at this. Oh, that one hurts. Could you wait like days for this play right here? And now it's in the fours. That one hurts. Yeah, that one hurts. But all good. Because again, this one was sketchy. I'm not gonna pretend like I would have been super comfortable in it. My adrenaline was already rushing, but y'all know me enough that I would have entered at that 200. I doubt any of y'all would doubt that. So that one hurts a little bit, but all good. All good. Took a nice trade. I bet you did. Burrito with your trade the pool. Because this is the thing with nanos. I recommend all y'all avoid them. Y'all should all avoid them. But I'm going to trade them. But I don't enter size unless there's a strong level like this. I might have only entered 500 shares and waited for it to, so again, I'm not gonna pretend like I would have made 10 grand on this play. I probably wouldn't have, probably would have made a little on it, but it is high risk with the size float. But the news didn't seem that exciting, and that happens sometimes. We miss some, but that's why I want to trade the pool account for days like this where I can't get locates. Since it's a prop firm, you can kind of get in and out of plays probably a little quicker. Yeah, Joey, he's the trade the pool OG, so of course you caught it. J Money, about to sign off. You're just getting on. But again, yeah, very low float. So this one was dangerous. But again, it's just like with most things in life, high risk, high reward. Look how this thing flushed. So, but for newbies, this is, and even experienced people. But I'm just specifically talking to newbies because y'all, haven't seen as much. But these, I do recommend avoiding nanos. Not financial advice, but. Like I said, I'm gonna keep playing them because I have all my other Because again, that's why I keep a 25K account, and every time it gets to 50K, I take money out. That's one of my layers. That the most I can ever lose, for the most part, unless I'm just in a disaster situation, is about 25K. And then I, with my sizing and things like that. So I do things to try to avoid it. SNTI had some new breaking news. I don't hear anything on the scanner, but let's see if it's moving. See the word cancer in it. Or I thought it did. Oh, yeah, leukemia. Let's see, for the treatment of relapse. Oh, it's just enrollment. So I would love to see this one pump because it's just enrollment news, but it's not going to. News like this, so pay attention to SNTI, just a little teaching moment. So things like this in hot markets will pump, but these are the typical ones that fade hard. Once people realize, oh, it's complete enrollment in phase 1, not 2, 3, whatever. So these are the plays that'll typically pump like for 30 seconds and then they'll die quick. Those are like my favorite, like these phase 1 in hot markets or enrollment news, because initially people will pump it thinking it's like good news, and then they'll usually give back. So it's a little note for you guys. QC and no, I played it yesterday, but I didn't play it today. QNCX, is that right? Yeah. No, I was wanting it to get to 99 cents again before I got an entry. But yeah, I botched this one for sure because I talked about it at 85, but I wanted it to get to 99 cents, so I missed this one. Well, not a bad morning, but like I said, I wish I would have called PRFX, the locate issue. But that's happened before and it's gonna happen again, so it's just part of it. So it is what it is. But caught a few plays before that, so a decent morning, but nothing too impressive. But a little bit more active today, so I'll take it. Agreed, J Money. It's trying to hang out. I don't know what it's going to do, PRFX, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it tries to pump again. Wouldn't be surprised if it round trip either, though. All right, hang out a little bit longer, see if there's any other plays that pop up, but might wrap up here soon. PRFX. And look like it's making its next leg down. Still could pop up since nothing else is moving, but not looking too promising now. But I'm not seeing much, guys, so I'll be back in the Discord in a little bit. I want to wrap up, and again, free trial for the Discord until tomorrow. We've already got quite a bit of people that joined since I opened it up, the trial up this time. So if you're interested, link is in the comment, and if not, I will be back tomorrow, 7 a.m. See y'all then.